Good afternoon. Since we've got some sunshine and the rain's quit, this bed that I'm looking at now is a 18-inch by 6-foot planter that I built last fall, and I raised cabbage and broccoli in it just to have a little bit to eat on over the winter. Of course, I've already harvested all that, and it has it did a good job in growing that. But what I actually built it for, and I've got one just like it on the other side that has strawberries in it, and that's what I'm going to do here today. Is I'm going to do a video right quick on how I plant my strawberries and kind of the steps, in case anybody never planted them and wants to give them a try. But these are what's called everbearing or day neutral strawberries, which means rather than just blooming and fruiting in June and that be it, they will start in the spring, later this spring, and set fruit, and they'll bear fruit all through the summer. Of course, heavier at times, but and the fruit's usually a little smaller, but they're very good. I've got one bed already that I put in last year that I got quite a bit of strawberries out of, just a small one, about half this size. And of course, not many of them made it to the kitchen because that was my snack when I would be out working. If I saw one, I'd of course pick it and eat it. But anyway, I bought these at Lowe's. I think you get 2 plants for like $10, and it actually has 2 plants in here. It looks like one, but it's actually 2 plants. And basically all you're going to do is you're going to take that thing out of the pot, and the way I'm going to do these, I'm going to kind of stagger them and put 6 plants in here, because strawberries will run. They'll put runners on, they'll root, and then they'll start new ones. Now, one of the things you have to do is you have to, if you want more energy to go to your fruits, you have to kind of keep the well, now I've got a helper. Come on, Rita, stay out of the way. But they'll, excuse me, Baxter, quit. Baxter and the chickens have a love-hate relationship. But anyway, as I was saying, you have to prune them, and if you want more energy to go to the fruit, produce more fruit, at a certain time, you keep the runners trimmed back. And first few weeks after you plant them, they'll start setting blooms, especially when the weather warms like it is now. And you have to kind of keep those blooms picked off till sometime in March. Here in about 3 or 4 weeks, I'll quit pinching them off and let them set fruit. Excuse me. These chickens are great helpers. But anyway, what I'll do is I will take these 2 plants and split this, and then I'll plant the 2 plants. But you're just going to dig out a hole really about as wide or a little wider than what your pot is, and you want to try to put a little mound right in the middle of that hole, because you want these roots to kind of spread out over that mound. So you kind of split these roots out, and it's really something you kind of have to, I'd encourage you to read a little bit about it. But you don't want to set them too deep, because if you do, the roots will rot, especially if the soil's wet and damp. But you want to push them down to where the plant is about ground level, and then fill in around it. But you do not, under any circumstances, want to cover the crown of this strawberry up. If you look right in here, in the middle, that's the crown of your strawberry. You don't want to cover that up, because if you do, then your plant will rot and eventually die. So there's really not a lot to it. We'll put these out, and then we're going to mulch around them. You want to mulch around them. I'm gonna put straw on them for now. I'll come back in after they get set, and then I'll put pine straw around them. And the reason for pine straw is strawberries like acidic soil, and if you want them to do best, you need to kind of keep it acidic, and pine is naturally acidic, so you want to keep that soil with a little acid in it. If you into soil testing, which I'm not, I'm a believer if you just kind of do the right things as far as the phosphorus, potassium, calcium, and nitrogen in your soil, keep a good balance. You don't have to do all the testing and stuff. And as I said yesterday, a good way to check your soil is dig into it and see if you see any earthworms. If you don't see any earthworms, then you probably got issues, and you may want to test that soil, because they're a good indicator of whether your soil is healthy, because they're going to migrate toward that. And that usually means if you've got, this one's got a bonus plant, it's got 3 in it. If you've got 3, or if you've got earthworms, you've probably got other microbes and those microorganisms that are in your soil, which is going to naturally produce the nitrogen and things that your soil is going to need, and your plants are going to need to produce the best. So check the earthworms. As I said, earthworm is the thing to check. This is going to be a little bit asymmetrical. I'm a little OCD about that stuff, but I've got extra plants, so for right now I'm just going to put it down in here, and I may come back and remove. I got a small one here. I may take it out and put it in a big pot, and see if I can grow one in a pot. But anyway, now after doing that, what you want to do, and I've just got some wheat straw, is you want to spread it around. Because one thing that I found out last year, one of the mistakes I made, because I didn't really know a lot about raising strawberries, and I put some out. Well, I noticed my fruit, it would fruit, and if I didn't pick it quick, the fruit would rot. It would get on the ground. So what this is going to do, it's going to give it a base when it does start fruiting, for those fruit to lay. Keep it out of the soil and keep your fruit from rotting. Now, another thing this will do is help with water retention. Now, normally I would water these immediately after setting them out, but we had about a ½ inch of rain overnight, so I'm not going to water these. The soil is saturated pretty good. It's not hard and clumpy, but it is saturated, and so I'm not going to water them. I'll give it a day or two. If we don't get a little rain, I'll put a little water in them. But you don't want more than you need, because again, you will rot the roots will get rotted, and then you'll have issues. But anyway, that is it. It's as simple as that. And hopefully here in a couple of months we'll have some fresh strawberries. Again, I'm not looking to set up a strawberry stand or anything like that. Just to have strawberries to eat, strawberries to share with some other folks, and just enjoy watching them grow. That's really my main prerogative in gardening. I love to have my hands in the dirt and love watching stuff grow. So anyway, well, there's your how to plant strawberries, and I hope this helps. If you've been wanting to plant them, they're really not hard. You don't have to have a lot of stuff and buy a lot of stuff. Just straw, some good loose soil that drains good. That's something I left out. You need something that drains good. That's the reason I put mine in planters, Although I'm thinking about doing a raised bed with nothing but strawberries in it. I hadn't made my mind up yet if I want to take up a whole bed to do that or not, but we'll see. But right now I'm gonna be satisfied with these two 18-inch by 6-foot beds, and then I've got another one that is 14 inches wide and 3 foot long. So that will give me some strawberries to eat on, and looking forward to that. But anyway, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you're watching this for the first time, go ahead and subscribe to my new channel, and hit the like button also. That lets me know that folks are using it and are getting something out of it. But anyway, you have a blessed day, and we will see you later.